My siblings want to reconnect after they stole my inheritance and left me homeless 5 years ago. Now they're begging to talk because I control 51% of Dad's company, and everything is about to explode. I haven't heard my brothers, Eric and Mason, in almost 5 years. Not since the week our dad died and everything in my life folded like a cheap lawn chair. Back then, I was working as a delivery driver in Phoenix, barely making rent, while they were already climbing the ladder at some tech sales firm. When the will was read, they convinced me Dad had left nothing but debts and a falling apart auto parts business no one wanted. I believed them because they were family, and because grief makes you stupid. 2 months later, I was sleeping on my friend Caleb's couch. The house I grew up in was sold to cover expenses, or at least that's what Eric told me over the phone. I remember asking, so there's really nothing for me? And he sighed like I was being greedy. Mason jumped in saying, we're all hurting, Jake. Don't make this about money. I felt ashamed for even asking. Life moved on the way it does when you don't have options. I got a job fixing forklifts at a warehouse outside Tucson, learned to keep my head down, and stopped answering unknown numbers. Holidays came and went with 0 texts from them. I told people I was an only child because it hurt less than explaining. Then last Tuesday, my phone started blowing up while I was on break. 3 missed calls from Eric, 2 from Mason. A message from Mason's wife, Lavra, who had never spoken to me in her life. Hey Jake, we really need to reconnect. Family is family. My stomach felt like I'd swallowed a battery. I called Caleb first. He laughed and said, they either joined a cult or they need money. I joked back, but the truth is I felt sick. That night, Eric finally reached me. His voice was warm in a way I didn't recognize. Little brother, it's been too long. We've all been talking and realized we handled things badly after Dad passed. I asked what changed. He dodged it, saying they wanted to meet for dinner, maybe help me get back on my feet. That line made me stare at the cracked ceiling of my apartment. I've been on my feet for years without them. Yesterday, Mason called, pretending nothing had happened between us. He talked about his new house, his kids starting baseball, like we'd been chatting every week. Then he slipped and asked, so how's the company treating you? I nearly dropped the phone. I told him I didn't know what he meant. Long silence. Then he laughed too hard and said he must have mixed something up. That's when I drove to the county records office on my lunch break. The clerk, a bored woman named Denise, pulled a dusty file and gave me a look like she'd seen 100 family wars start at that counter. Inside was a contract I'd signed at 19 when Dad couldn't pay me for helping in the shop. Instead of wages, he gave me shares 51% of the business once he was gone. The company they told me was worthless is now a regional supplier worth millions. I sat in my truck shaking while the desert heat cooked the steering wheel. All those years of scraping by, and they knew. They had to know. Last night, the group chat started. Eric wrote, Jake, please answer. There's been a misunderstanding about the ownership paperwork. Mason added, we can straighten this out like adults. Laura sent a voice note saying the family needs healing, and that Dad would want unity. I haven't replied. I just keep rereading the contract with my name typed in bold letters. Thinking about the couch, the eviction notice, the birthdays with no calls. My phone is ringing again as I'm recording this. It's Eric for the 4th time today. And the message preview says, don't do anything with the shares until we talk. Check out the full story by clicking the link below.